guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
10 reasons to move to Italy from the US or UK.
Hello and a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to give you 10 reasons
Oh
why
no,
in the
honey.
US or the UK you should consider
How many views
moving
you got?
to Italy.
with this audio.
5.7K. I mean, the title is interesting, but the audio is damn.
Okay.
So let's get straight down to it. Number one.
Don't judge me because our
affordable-
initial videos are like this too.
No, just our videos were fine, just the sound quality. I guess because the people, when they listen to music, they want to hear like the official.
Yeah.
Nah, it ain't happening. Go listen to Spotify if that's what you want.
No,
Real
YouTube
estate.
music.
Or YouTube music. Yeah, you're right.
Now in most of Italy, real estate,
wait.
number one, affordable real estate.
Okay.
Now in most of Italy, real estate prices are much lower than the US or the UK.
When was
Especially if you decide to buy in regions such as Sicily, Calabria, Abruzzo.
I mean, okay, that's true, but that's not exclusive to Italy, though. That I feel like most of the Europe is cheaper than the States, so I'm kind of looking for reasons exclusive to Italy. Why Italy over anywhere else?
Why is that so? I don't understand.
Well, people make much money.
Oh.
Le Marche, or even Umbria. In parts of Calabria, you can find sea view apartments for under 50,000 euros.
Wow.
But even in some of the wealthier cities,
No, it
such
depends
as
how many
Turin,
square footage though. We're talking about
Apartments are smaller in Europe than what you imagine, yeah.
Parma, Trieste, Padova, or Verona, property prices on average cost only around 2,000 euros per square meter, which translates roughly to around 180 US dollars per square foot.
That's a lot.
180 per square foot?
That's a lot.
That's not that cheap.
That's a lot.
That's not that cheap.
That's not cheap. That's expensive.
No, it's not expensive. It's just not cheap either. Like it's definitely not a convincing reason.
$180 per square footage. You can do this for me.
What do you want to? You want to see the prices here? They're more expensive here, but here is maybe like $250 per square foot. But come on, we're like, this is Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not convincing.
180? That's a
This
lot.
is much cheaper than equivalent cities in the UK, and especially
I
Europe.
guess maybe if I don't know where it is. If it's on this beach, like I guess then that's good price. But because I don't know what he's showing us.
West. Now, as long as you avoid cities like Milan, Venice, and some of the very touristic areas such as Portofino, Capri, the Amalfi Coast, and Cortina d'Ampezzo, then property is really affordable. Even if
Okay, I will say what makes it also cheaper. Property tax is probably lower, I think, in Europe than I don't know Italy, but in Spain it is way lower than here. So that does play a role in the price.
Rome, the capital, property prices are quite reasonable at an average of 3,300 euros per square meter. Now, let's talk about point number 2, the excellent healthcare system.
Oh,
Italy
yeah, I'm
is
jealous.
True. That is true.
That is phenomenal. You guys
has one of
did
the
that.
best healthcare systems in the world, both public and private. And private healthcare is much cheaper
But also the taxes are higher, so
compared to the US and the
what pays for
UK.
it basically.
People in the UK will obviously know full well that nearly 8 million people are on a waiting list in England alone to begin treatment in a hospital.
Huh?
Now, Italy has more than 4 doctors per 1,000 people, whereas the US has less than 3. So, medical care in Italy is certainly very good. Point number 3, toxicity. Now, many Americans I speak to complain of the toxic environment they are living in, and they just want to live in peace. Now, although to a lesser extent than the US,
I mean, the peace aspect, yes, I think European life is more relaxed than here. Here is like always on the run, money, money, money. I do think, but I don't know if that's what he means by toxicity.
So, do you think it's the mindset or
No, it's not the mindset.
The space you're in, the environment you're in?
It's in the environment. It's not the mindset.
Because your personality type, I feel like you like would be like this anywhere.
I mean, if I have some sort of security, I'm not gonna live on the street, and I wouldn't be. There's no that security because everything is so expensive. So it's the environment. It's not. It's the environment. It's not the mindset. Trust me, because you can have that mindset and okay, go live on the street, be homeless, cool. You can be homeless with the mindset. That's cute.
Yeah.
The UK has also become a more divisive society, in particular since...
Oh, and I guess toxicity in terms of politics, maybe, now that he brought the vice up because of, the whole election. I don't know, but I don't really feel
This
that.
really? 11 months ago, you think that was...
I don't know. I don't feel that in day-to-day life, though. I don't...
Brexit.
Only time you feel it is when it's close. Like in a month from now, it's gonna be... Woo.
They make it a bigger deal in the media than what it actually is IRL.
Yeah.
Because people don't really... Nobody cares about it. They just portray it in the media there.
I can see how outsiders look at this. This is a mess.
Yeah, like...
Here I am.
Don't
I'm
really
like,
care. Yeah, that doesn't really affect us.
Vote. In Italy in general, they will leave you alone. It's a less toxic environment, especially if you live in a small town or village.
But then I think it's because people should be more common. It's more homogeneous. Because here is you with everybody. You meet people from every school of thought,
Some truth to that, yes, but Italy, I do feel like it's one of the more diverse European countries too, because they do have like a lot of immigrants from Africa. So I feel like in Italy, not so much. Like, for example, in Lithuania, yes, everybody homogeneous from the set. So that's your argument is strong there. In Italy, it's a little more diverse. Obviously, not as diverse as here. It's not that level of diverse, but it is fairly diverse, I would say.
Or better quality of food. Italian food is more authentic than in the US or the UK. There is a lot of variety, as each region of Italy has its own speciality. Microwave meals in Italy hardly exist, and there are far fewer.
He said there's Italian food here in the United States?
No, he said better quality of food there, which is...
Italian food?
Yeah.
Of Italian food?
No, better quality of food, period.
In the States?
No, in Italy.
Oh, okay. I thought you said in the States.
No, he said in Italy better quality of food.
Oh, okay.
Which is, it's not true.
You don't think so? I feel like there's a lot of regulation. Like,
what is true, that quality food is probably cheaper, because you can eat the same quality food here. You just gotta have the coin, because that shit's gonna be expensive as fuck. You can eat all organic.
When you think quality food, are we talking about like the chemicals?
Well, organic, organic stuff. You can eat that like that here too. You can find very high.
No,
quality.
but even though you say you buy organic here, not organic. Over there, it's gonna be organic.
It's gonna be organic. They regulate that shit. It's gonna be organic. It's just expensive as fuck. So regular person cannot eat. Like on average, you cannot eat as good quality foods as you could overseas, because it's just so expensive here. But if you have the money, you could eat that. So it's not like straightforward. Oh, food there is better than here. It's not food is better than. It's just the better food here exists. It's just expensive. That's what it is.
Fast food outlets in Italy than either the US or the UK, and I am talking per 1,000 people. Now, number 5, longer life expectancy. Now, in many ways, point 5 is connected to points 2 and 4. Life expectancy in Italy is 7 years higher than the US.
There's a city in Italy that's a blue zone.
Yeah.
Which means you can live over 100.
I don't even have a comment to make about it. It's a fact. So
years higher than the UK. But what is also very important to consider is that the quality of the final years of your life are also much better in Italy.
That's a big difference.
You often see people in Italy well into their 80s and into their 90s as well, living a good quality of life.
I feel like here, I don't know why, but I feel like at some point you hit like, I don't know, 75, 80, you kind of like, that's it. You brushed off, kind of.
What do you mean brushed off?
Like, go die. Like,
Did people tell you to do that?
Basically, I feel
Why?
like 'cause
Who
they
said
put you in
that?
a retirement home.
Oh, that's your family.
No, not my family. I'm saying
Not
overall.
your family, but overall.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's more common here. I feel like in Europe, yeah, there isn't like the older people. They feel like they're more capable than here, and I feel that
I think it's money.
Possibly.
Because oftentimes, okay, the parents can the kids, the grown up kids, have their own lives. Me, focusing on their family. It's not too much connection like that.
I actually never thought about this point. That's a very valid point. That the older, the last quarter of your life is, you know, that's an interesting point. I never thought about it.
Number 6, a slower pace and better quality of life. Italy is a great place if you want a less stressful lifestyle. Italians enjoy a more relaxed pace of life. They tend to cherish every moment with family and friends, and they take longer to eat their meals. So Italians are very into their food and their wine. Number 7, the lower cost of living. Now, Italy is by no means cheap, but
I don't know about that. We watch the food when you do food reactions. Price is very similar to what we have here, so I don't know about the lower
it's the
cost.
food to go out. I think mostly people will cook at home because I've seen like on TikTok like family dinners, like they go all out and cook.
Okay, so what we need to do is Italian grocery store to really compare
I think
prices.
that's where you really know.
Yes. Okay, you're right. Yeah, because we haven't done Italian grocery store yet. Okay.
It's still a lot less expensive than the UK and the US. We have already spoken about housing and private medical care, but things like transport, eating out, entertainment, college and university fees.
Yes, college is definitely cheap. That is, You know, when you don't have kids, that don't matter. But you know, if you do,
if that was like that here, I would always be in college. I don't think I would ever leave.
So how would you make money? What would you?
I mean, if I go to the school so much, I can find employment there too as well.
Are also less expensive in Italy, in particular if you live in the south. Number 8, Italy is stunningly beautiful.
Wow, how pretty.
Whether you are into nature or beautiful artistic cities, Italy has it all. Italy has a very much diverse range of architectural styles which span a period of over 3,000 years, including Greek, Roman, Romanesque, medieval, Gothic, Baroque, and Italy has numerous beautiful cathedrals, churches, castles, museums, and art galleries to suit every taste. Italy has also got stunningly beautiful mountains, rivers, countryside, and amazing beaches as well. So Italy is great in that if you want a beach, you're never really far away from a beach. Wherever you are in Italy, the maximum usually can be about 2 hours by car. And if you want the mountains, they're never far away either. So Italy, from this perspective,
I was shocked with
so
the mountains, like seeing people go hike, just to hike. I was like, wow.
To offer. Number 9, plenty of activities. Now, whether you enjoy hiking, skiing, watching
Okay, we're running out of points now because number 8, number 9, like he making it sound like there's no beautiful places in US or UK or activities. Like, come on, like there's activities there too.
Sports, theatres, opera houses,
right?
Museums,
they
or even just long walks on the beach. Italy has it all, so you will never get bored of living in Italy. And number 10, very, very important, friendly people.
I guess so what I can say is that you can also be like in the middle of nowhere in Kansas and there's like nothing to do. I guess in Italy, because of its size and its nature of its geographic location, you get to where, no matter what part you're in, I assume that you can have some sort of pleasure, some sort of enjoyment.
I'm sure if you live in a small town in Italy, it's going to be same as nowhere in Kansas, but there's going to be no movie theaters, no...
No, I think he's talking about the nature, hiking, beaches, you know, that kind of enjoyment, not like...
Yeah, but I'm sure in Kansas there's mountains too, like close
in Kansas?
by. Yeah, Kansas. No, not Kansas, but you can drive from Kansas to Tennessee, which is pretty close. about 2 hour drive and you can see the Appalachia. So I mean, it's not like I just
but
don't
you
like
have
the
to
point.
leave Kansas. You cannot stay.
But
in
he's
Kansas.
not comparing Kansas, comparing the whole country. Kansas is still in the United States. That's why I don't like. He's generalizing, like the worst part of the U.S., making it seem like that's the whole country, which is not.
I was just trying to understand his perspective.
The Italians, in general, are friendly people. It is generally easier to strike up friendships, especially if you do not live in a big city. Now, if you want to strike up friendships, it's probably better to live in one of the smaller towns in Italy or villages. You're bound to make friends. But even in some of the medium-sized cities, you're much more likely to make friends in Italy than you are in the UK and the US. Italian people are very friendly. And also, Italians are very, very family-orientated. So if you want to come to Italy to start a family, or you just like that family environment, then I think Italy would be very, very, very suitable for you. Of course, not everything in Italy is perfect. We want to be very objective in this video, and there are downsides in Italy. And some of these downsides are things like bureaucracy. Bureaucracy isn't great in Italy. Also, if you are somebody who wants to come to Italy and find a job, job opportunities are not that great, especially compared, let's say, to the US. You should come really if you are somebody who's retired, or potentially if you're a digital nomad and can work abroad, then Italy is a great place to come. Again, if you're looking for employment, you
The
may
digital
find...
nomads are scary.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about it. It's scary.
Why?
I feel like they become like pests. Like,
Why? I feel like that's just what the
I
world
feel
is moving towards.
I feel like everywhere should have job opportunities. That's my thing. Like, you should be able to work.
Okay, but digital nomads don't take local jobs by coming there.
I know, I understand, but they kind of shift the cost from them being there and influencing others to come over.
Well, right, okay. So I would say digital nomads just shouldn't influence others to come over. If they want to go, but just don't come. Everybody come.
It's like,
But this guy's actually do. I think he's a digital nomad. That's what he's doing
It's
right
kind
now.
of like, okay, for example, there's people living in this area, and then you have people coming from a whole other country, and it's an overwhelming driving attention to that. And it destroys what's so beautiful about that area in the first place.
It's the overwhelming
like
part that's bad about
like
digital.
that.
Like if one digital nomad comes, it's not a problem. It's just one person. But if one digital, and then they make a YouTube video for all digital nomads come, like this guy is doing, that becomes a problem. Yes,
because there's something about leaving things as they are and enjoying it for what it is, and not just coming and say, okay, now you want to take over.
It's just
and
not fair to the locals.
Yeah,
because
and put your influences, what you brought from where you came from to there.
Because the locals, make local money there. So if the prices, because there's more people now, their cost of living goes up, possibly taxes go up, like local taxes, because you want like more police now because there's more population, so you need to pay those, and shit like that. Everything goes up. Locals make the same money still. They work at the same restaurant, work at the same boutique, whatever. So for them it's not fair, right? But if one digital nomad goes, it's okay. So I guess my point is you shouldn't be like,
come here if you're a digital nomad.
Yeah, like exactly. I just don't like that. All digital go to like, because it seems like that in Croatia they're doing a lot too. I don't like that either. Yeah.
Because then you lose the culture. I don't think you're gonna see it how you initially found it nice, because you're gonna change it completely what it is.
Some employment in cities like Milan, Turin, more in the north. You may get lucky in Rome, but in the south of Italy, it is much, much harder to find employment. And in fact, you'll find a lot of young Italians from the south work
Otherwise,
in
if
the
employment
north.
was easy to be found, this wouldn't be an issue. But because the fact that employment is so hard.
Also, the taxation in Italy isn't particularly great, although there are good schemes as well, particularly if you're well off. There is a scheme where you pay a maximum of 100,000 euros a year, no matter how much you earn. So if you're well off, that can be good. There are other good arrangements if you go and live in very small
The
cities,
language
then
he
you'll
uses is very
pay less.
interesting.
Scheme.
Arrangements.
That sounds like bribery to me. Like, what are we doing here?
Tax on your pension, but perhaps I think that is for another video. But anyway, let me know your thoughts.
My thoughts are some interesting points that I haven't thought about that that are true. A whole bunch of generalizations about, like, especially as the U.S. such a big country, and he's trying to generalize it as a unison, but you can't really do that. So
It's a huge country.
I guess the problem I have is the title. It should be not 10 reasons to move to Italy from the UK and US, but 10 reasons to move to Italy, period. That would make much more, because he's putting down the other two countries to uplift Italy, which I don't like.
You don't have to, make someone feel for you to succeed.
Right. Look, Italy can be great on its own.
Yeah, on its own right.
You don't have to try to make it better
Compete.
than somebody else.
Yeah.
Like that. I guess that's my biggest issue with this video.
So guys, of course, we want to know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.